Apple silently released three new products. This is the iPad Pro 2022, iPad, the budget iPad basically 2022, and also the Apple TV 4K 2022. And this all has been upgraded over their precedents, or you can say the older versions. We're gonna talk about two of these devices, the iPad and the iPad Pro. So without any further ado, this is Captain Diaz, you're watching Keras and Diaz. Let's quickly get started. Let's start off with the display of the budget iPad 2022. And this guy isn't now a budget iPad due to pricing, and we're gonna talk about that in the later part of the video. Let's start off with the display. You are going to get is the Liquid Retina IPS LCD display with a 500 nits of peak brightness, and it's a 10.9 inch of display, which is kind of as similar to the 9th generation, but it has been redesigned in the terms of the, it looks a lot similar to the all new trends of the iPads which we have seen, the iPad Air, the Mini, the Pro, which have the rounded corners. It is having that same type of design, and but with the same type of display as usual on the 9th generation has been given over here on the 10th generation. Talking about the processor and the OS is the iPad OS 16, and it is out of the box, which is really nice thing. Apple's A14 has been came up over here, which is a 5nm based 5G processor, and this iPad is having a 5G capabilities, which is really nice thing. Also, you are going to get is the Apple's own GPU, which is a 4-core GPU, and on the initial things, this is a really powerful processor in its own way, and it has a lot of stuff inside of it. Talking about the battery, the exact mAh, or you can say the exact lithium polyethylene hasn't came up properly, but it is having a 28.6 watt hours of battery, which is the kind of a say has the Apple has teased on their teased. It is a full day battery life, and as per my things also, it's gonna be lasting your full day due to having a 60 hertz only. So let's see. Also inside the box, you will be getting is a 20 watt power adapter, and this guy is having a Type C port, but it is not a Thunderbolt port. It's a normal Type C port. Talking about the storage, you are going to get is the two options over here, 64 and 128. And see, I will go with the 64 because 256 is the kind of a say at a price point of the iPad Air. So it's a Apple things, and many company do like this. The upgraded model is like that. So it's kind of outsidedly done, but yeah, it's that. Anyways, talking about the colors, these colors are not having a black color, which is the kind of a offsided thing. But yeah, you're going to get in the four colors. And blue, yellow color looks kind of a teased up like, and blue has been gamed up, silver is there, and also pink color has been gamed up. So if I do have to say so, blue is there. So blue looks really nice and crunchy in the terms of the design, and followed by silver, yellow, and pink. Pink is the most likely off-whited. If they have given with the gold pink or something like that, then it might be catch the old vibe of the iPhones. So yeah, it's off-sidedly good colors. Talking about some of the basic things, and this guy is rocking up with the 3.5mm headphone jack in it, which is a really nice thing. Wi-Fi is there, which is upgraded, and it is having a Bluetooth 5.2. Talking about the Apple Pencil, it is still having the first generation Apple Pencil, but hey, it has the Type C ports, and how it will be charging, there is a separate adapter launched by the Apple for this. So if you want to charge it, you can charge it via from there, and if you have already imbued yourself with a Type C port, a smartphone or anything Type C cable, then you can charge it via from that, and not a Type C, basically the Lightning. So it's an off-sided thing they have done, but they will sell now the pencil with the adapter if you go with the budget iPad. It is not a kind of a nowadays budget. Talking about the cameras, on the rear side, it is having a single camera setup, which is a 12 megapixel wide sensor, f1.8 aperture is that. 1080p 4K both can be recorded on it, which is the really nice thing. 1080p 240 fps, and 4K at 60 fps, which is a really nice thing. Talking about the camera, for the front side, you are going to get is a also a single camera which is shifted to the landscape, and it is really nice thing. Mostly the user uses has a landscape iPad. Anyways, you are going to get is a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor, f2.4 aperture is there, and it is having a 1080p 60 fps video recording, which is again a really nice thing. Now let's talk about the iPad Pro 2022, and this guy has been upgraded with the same type of stuff, a 12.9 inch with a mini LED technology and some of the cool things, and that guy is having a LCD which is 11 inches. So yeah, it's kind of offsetedly. And basically, if I do have to say so, on terms of the design, it has changed. But in terms of the internal specs and hardship, it has been upgraded. So let's talk about the display. Let's get started. Let's start off with the display. You are going to get is a liquid retina HDR mini LED OLED display. This is a 120 Hz, and on that 11 inches you're going to get is a simple liquid retina IPS LCD, and it is also having a 120 Hz. So both having a 1600 nits of peak brightness, 12.9 inch and 11 inches. Two of the options are there which you can choose as per your time. But 12.9 inch is having a mini LED technology, while this guy 11 inches it's not having, has same as the older version of the iPad 5th generation. Talking about the processor, it is having a Apple's M2 processor. It is having a 10 core graphic, and it is having Apple's own GPU basically, and it's nice to have M2. M2 is basically has came up on the iPad, not the iPad, the MacBook Air and the Pro versions. Now it is coming to here, which is really nice thing. So the battery you're going to get is the 40.88, or you can say 40.88 watt hours of battery for the 12.9 inch, and 11 inches is having a 7538 mAh with a 40 battery, and both are going to be having an adapter inside the box, which is a 20 watt adapter, and both are having a Type C port. It's a Thunderbolt 4 port, which is really nice thing and really powerful for the display output and a lot of data transferring and stuff, which is really nice thing. Talking about the storage and the RAM options, it is having some of the coolest options. 8128, 8256, 8512 GB, 8512 GB basically, 16 1TB and 16 2TB. Both of the versions 11 and 12.9 inch are having, which is a really nice thing to have a 1TB and 512 GB options. Also, the 128 is a base, not for the budget iPad. Which, if they have improved all that thing, it's gonna be really nice thing. Except the 64, 128, awesome. Talking about the colors, you are going to get those two colors, silver and space gray. Personally, both are looking awesome with their kind of a texturized design. Not a, you can't feel it, but it's having a kind of a smooth feeling on the colors, which is a very nice thing. Also, let's talk about some of the basic things. It is having a Wi-Fi 6E. No headphone jack is there, which is not a Wi-Fi 6E, Wi-Fi 6. No headphone jack is there, which is the outside I think, and Bluetooth 5.3 is there, which is really nice thing. Talking about the camera, so for the rear side, you are going to get is the dual camera plus the LiDAR sensor. LiDAR sensor is useful for a lot of features, and it is having its own capabilities. If you have tested, it is good. Talking about it, 12 and 10 megapixel sensors are there. 12 megapixel wide sensor f1.8 aperture, and 10 megapixel it's an ultra wide sensor. And talking about the video recording, 4K 60, 1080p 240 fps. Also the cinematic mode has been came up on this, which is a really nice thing. And the ProRes videos can be also shooted out from the iPad, which is a really nice thing. About the camera, for the front side, you are going to get as a single camera, which is a 12 megapixel. f2.4 aperture is there, and it is also having a 1080p video recording. Talking about it, it is having a ultra-wide sensor, which is center stage. Both are having that center stage type of thing, and it's nice. Basically, nice. Talking about the pricing for the budget iPad 10 generation, this guy is having some sort of downgrade on the pricing. It is having a 44,900 INR and 55,900 for the 256 version. And if it goes into the USA, it is having a $400+ market price. So it is a non-cellular version. So cellular versions has their own pricing. So as for me, the pricing is too much, and they have not given even the refresh rate. Also on the top of it, there is no second generation Apple Pencil, which is a kind of a say downside as for me, and it won't be having that external display support too, which means which we have on the event called the iPad OS 16. So it's having a lot of downside. But yeah, if you are thinking to go with it, you can go with it. But by some sort of pricings, you can even go and grab yourself with the iPad Mini. Yes, it is there and it is available, and it is having the same margin of the 40,000 plus INR price point. And yeah, you might be thinking the 9th generation has been discontinued. I was thinking to buy it. It is not has been. It is still available and you can buy it from the apple.com itself, apple.com wherever is your region. But in India and USA, it hasn't been discontinued, so it might be for each and every month. So yeah, the pricing is really off, but many people will be buying it, and it might be the long-term iPad too. Now let's talk about the Pro's price point. The Pro 2022 6th generation also. This guy's price point is 81,900 for the 11 inches, and the 12 inches is having a 11,2900, which means 1,29,000. 1 lakh, yes, exactly. So the pricing is off, but yeah, in USA the pricing has been same as usual, and as for me the pricing is kind of off for the M2 based versions only, because it's, as for me there is only two upgrades, which is M2 and the Wi-Fi 6, and some of the internally cinematic mode has been given out, ProRes and stuff, but as for me there is only two upgrades. So yeah, it's off-sided price. So talking about the both of the iPads, the pricing isn't justifying on the both sides. As for me, the budget iPad can be more expected to come on the cheaper ways, but the redesigning and only the redesigning and the A14 might have caused it to cost this much, and it is having that same type of display technology as the usual of the 9th generation was having, and kind of say the touch ID has been moved from the physical to the power button, which is on the iPad Air and the Mini, so it's kind of off-sided, but yeah, it is having a headphone jack, so if you mind that thing, it's nice. Talking about the Pro one, the Pro one is having the M2, which is only the biggest upgrade, and also there are some softwares which came to for the iPad. So if you wanted to get your hands on the iPad as your daily laptop driver type of thing, then you can grab it. But it's not a complete laptop, but you can use it if you are satisfied with your needs. So yeah, both aren't justifying their price, but it's worthy at some levels, but the budget iPad isn't that much worthy. Yeah, the 9th generation is still there, so if you are the one who are thinking to buy, go and grab it. It's nice. A13 is still capable of doing a lot of stuff, and it is good processor. So yeah, this was Captain Indias. You're watching Chaos Indias. Like and subscribe. Gonna be appreciating our work, and by sharing this to who are thinking to buy the iPads, gonna be useful to them. So press the bell icon so you get stay tuned to the channel for more content like this. This was Captain Diaz again. Watching Chaos and Diaz, like, share, subscribe. Peace.